I'm having a small issue here now. This I bought last week and it's leaking from there. So slowly, step by step, I'm turning it more and more, and it's wrong way already, but it's still leaking there. You see, all wet here, and I should find it another place because I don't want to have here any mold growing if it stays wet all the time. I do have a new one, I bought new one, and I bought several washers from special paper and plastic ones, so I could change and see if it's holding then, but I had the same issue with this type of things in France as well. I had a couple of these with taps and they were all leaking, so it's just a, I think, problem of the washer. It's not good plastic, it should be more flexible, or I don't know, contrary resistant, no idea, but water is leaking and I cannot change it before it empties. Actually I can turn it, this one, upside and change it then. Maybe I'll do that. This one was the original one and it does look very soft and reasonable. These are much more tougher, and paper carton probably is meant to be swollen up and blocking that way better. I don't know. Original tap was that. I bought these separately, the taps themselves. This was together with this one as a plug, but it didn't have any hole. I made the hole myself here, and it looks smooth. It's only rugged inside the hole, but the edge is completely smooth, so I don't know why the water is pushing through here. I see no reason to change the tap. I put the original, I mean the first one which I bought, put it back, but with the tougher washer, plastic one, which is a bit larger as well and sticking better to the edges, which in the end should mean it will squeeze it into all sides fairly well. But the tap is wrong side still. Yeah, it looks like it's getting better and tougher. I kept the water canister on the ground now and it's still leaking, but much less. Whatever I do, the more I squeeze, I mean turn harder the tap, it will not stop it from leaking. That's the only solution I found now. I put a smaller water canister without the tap here. Before it was there, but it's too much crowded now. And I need the water for spraying the garden here. And this with tap, as it's leaking all the time, I put it next to a mountain water bucket which I use for washing clothes. These are settling buckets for soil and sand to settle into the bottom. And this pallet has been over a year here, and here I can already see what constant water does to the pallet, which I wanted to test in other location. Here I often fill it over the edge so it washes off some mosquito larvae which happens to be here visible. So every time I fill it more than it flushes off the top part. Also these, which I use for washing hands, I always fill them over the reach. Maybe in camera it's not visible, but there are already some larvae, even a day ago, and flushed it. So in that pond is a lot of water larvae here. So the waterfall twice a month is a good thing to flush it all the way through the channel there. So as the mosquito maturity time is about 2 weeks, depending on the species, then 2 weeks is perfect for flushing the pond. This is the solution against sunlight activating any algae in the transparent water canister. And as always, don't forget to make some donations, but from now on I apparently change the links in the comments or in description rather of my videos, leaving only my website, and on the videos themselves I switch it, instead of donation link, to a magic link where I write about some things you can also have a look at and learn. But it's just the beginning. I decided to concentrate more on the magic stuff only recently, even though my mind is messed up with magic since I was very young. But this is entire long story, because I've trained at the guru when in my youth, and traveled with the guru, filming him actually when I was 18, 19, something like that, with the VHS big the tapes, big cameras, shoulder camera, and then because the guru was giving lectures in my country, and I traveled with him in several other countries as well, and I learned a lot of stuff. And my very first book, which I wrote in 1997 and translated into English in 1998, there is some chapters about my guru as well mentioned. So have a look on my website and you will learn what I learned. I mean, you have an idea what I've learned. But in that sense, the money has never been a big goal for me in my life, because I have much more interesting things going on in my life. So even though I've been pressured by the society, and long time back when I had family and children, when pressured by the realities of life to do some business, and I did. But I've never been into business, because the life with some practices which are hard even to describe in words, because you have to feel it. It's much more interesting than just counting money business. So I also listen to the universe very much, and even though from time to time I have some good ideas for business and I try to push it, and if it doesn't go, it means that universe doesn't want to waste my time and life on making money and having some business. So I must now, in my 55 years of age, turn back to the magic practices. I don't have other words for that, because magic encompasses everything which is not explained by physics, by science. So I'm not calling these magic like some kind of voodoo or stuff, even though some of them may have psychological effect and so on, but in my sense, when I use the word magic, it means things that work but physics cannot explain yet. The science just has no idea why it works and how exactly. So, as it's very beginning, turning back to my main interest in life, then don't expect too much to read from my website right now, but you can already have a look what's popping up there in that topic.